Out of the models that you presented, I find the convertible recoupable model, where the equity share model, to be really smart one. It makes a lot of sense, but I also find it to be one of the hardest ones, because
It's
if you're
difficult.
an SEO company and you're a roofing company, for a roofing company to give up equity stake in its company, right? You need to have a very, very clear baseline against
Yes.
which you're going to measure the impact of the
Yep.
SEO company. And because SEO is not measured within 1 or 2 months, but potentially, many months, maybe a year or some, or whatever, it's hard to distinguish between what is SEO generated revenue and what is not, what is marketing, branding, Facebook, just word of mouth. How do you, how can you, what advice would you give here? Because in my opinion, the easier path here is just through a plain old revenue share.
Straight revenue share,
But
straight profit share. Yes. And
yeah,
profit gets complicated on the other side because now you've got the customer has to determine what was the profit on that sale, right?
mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
are they including office expenses? Are they
exactly.
including, coffee and lunch for
Yeah,
employees? Are they
yeah,
so revenue share is the easiest of the bunch,
right,
right?
right.
Then
Yes,
a profit share is a little more complicated.
right.
An equity share gets more complicated than that as well.
Mm-hmm.
The equity piece of it has another requirement. The company that's signing up to trading equity. So let me back up. What's the benefit for a company to give equity instead of profit share? Is they don't have to give up the cash flow of sharing their profit, the business's profit,
Mm-hmm.
with that vendor. Instead,
Mm-hmm.
they are trading partial ownership of their business, which
Mm-hmm.
is not cash related, but is capital related on the
Mm-hmm.
balance sheet. But the cash stays in the business, so it helps the business. The only
Mm-hmm.
way that path makes sense is if that company has in its mind at some point some kind of transaction, some kind of exit. So
Mm-hmm.
we are going to, it's called a liquidity event when someone either buys your business or puts money into your business. That's the only time that equity is going to be worth anything. So
Mm-hmm.
if the business is, hey, we're a family run business, this is our third generation of roofers, we're planning to pass it on to our kids and have it be a 4-generation family business, that does not lend itself to an equity deal,
Yeah.
right? Hey, I built this thing up from the ground up. I'm getting older. I've got no one to pass this business to. I'm starting to think about selling it to a private equity firm that's been hounding me for 2 years. I think I can get $10 million for the business. If you do all of my, SEO to help me grow my revenue to where I can get $12 million instead of $10 million, then, I'd be glad to share, some portion of that with you
Mm-hmm.
through equity in the business. That's more lends itself more to the equity model, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, so where this is aligning, that we were talking earlier about aligning your vision and your aspirations,
Mm-hmm.
is going to partially determine what's the structure and what's the path.